This is going to be part two of what if Dragon Ball continued after Super. So we're gonna get like right into it. So Vegeta Jr. and Bola will be facing Oceanus Shinron, Rage Shinron. No, I take that back. Ice Shinron and Naturon. I don't know how to say his name, but an image of him is gonna pop up on the screen. So their fights with Oceanus and Naturon would be easy. So I'm not even going to explain it. They just really jump them. It's not that hard of a fight. It's really no competition at all. Well, I give like a little full 5 out of 10 difficulty. Not even mid. Now the fight with Ice Shinran is something to explain. Now this is like a little 9 out of 10 difficulty. Almost 10 out of 10. 9.5. So I'm going to explain the fight. So they would meet in this little destroyed town area, like buku dead people, a lot of dead people. So they would end up encountering Ice Shinron. A little stare down happens, face off. Ice Shinron would just blitz Vegeta Jr. Just blitz him, like he blitzed him, punched him in the face. Vegeta Jr. goes flying the other way. So while he did that, well, the exact moment he did it, Bola would land a solid kick to his face, sending him flying to the other direction. Ice Shinron would quickly get back up, and he and Bola would just get to trading punches. So they trading punches, blow after blow, just trading punches. Ice Shinron would land a solid blow to her stomach, a solid punch. Then he would turn this punch into a ki blast. Like he would just, so if it's, he basically punched her in the stomach, spreaded his hand into like a palm, then ki blaster into the ground. She crashes into some rocks. Now, Ice Shinron is about to hit her with his ice vision. So he tries to do that before this happens. So Vegeta Jr. would get in the way. So he would be encased in ice, like frozen. But Bola is severely injured from this. Like he, Ice basically knocked the wind out of her. She's like out of commission for now, for a little while. Now Vegeta Jr. would like, he would eventually break out of the ice. He would get a rage boost, a little power up, break out of the ice. His ki is just flaring everywhere. It's just soaring. His ki is just overflowing. So after he breaks out of the ice, he goes and he just decks Ice in the face, just solid punch. He sends him flying. He goes, so Vegeta would just blitz behind him, kick him in his back, send him flying in another direction. And he would speed behind him again and punch him up into the air, like a little uppercut into the air. Then he would use his special move, Galactic Flash. And then this blast of energy would just encase Ice Shinron, his entire body. After this blast, Vegeta Jr. had nothing in him though, barely anything in him. So he really can't fight. Basically, that took all of his energy. And after this ki blast or wave of ki, Ice is still alive. Ice Shinron is still alive. He's still there, but he's like badly injured. So he just sticks out his hand and he shoots a ki blast at Vegeta Jr. Vegeta Jr. gets hit by another ki blast though. Bola had used like a weak ki blast to knock him out of the way of Ice's ki blast. Bola then appears above Ice and knocks him down to the ground. She decks him to the ground basically. And since Ice is already badly injured from the galactic flash, the my bad, the Galactic Flash, Vegeta Jr. would then walk up to him. He places his hand on his head and he just uses his ki and he just crushes Ice Shenron's head in the most diabolic fashion, like in the most evil fashion. Just crushes his head. No mercy, no remorse, with a smile on his face. Vegeta Jr. Now we're going to cut to Beat and Note. They would face Haze Shenron, Rage Shenron, and Nova Shenron. Haze and Rage, we're not even going to go into those fights. Like I said, easy dubs. Not very hard fights. Mid, like not even mid. 5 out of 10 fights. 5 out of 10 fights. Now Nova, like I said, 9.5 out of 10 difficulty, just difficult. So we're gonna get into the fight. So basically, it would be Beat trying to take him on by himself at first, while Note would just watch. So I'm gonna explain this fight. They basically face off, like they having a standoff, point blank range in front of each other. Beat would throw the first punch, but Nova Shenron dodges and counters him with a punch to his face, and Beat would just tank that punch. He tanks it. Nova Shenron would try to hit him with another punch, but Beat dodges, and Beat just decks him in the stomach, just punches him in the stomach. Nova Shenron spits out blood, and he goes flying. And he just crashes into like a building. Smoke is like everywhere. So Ki Blast, he basically starts creating like a flurry of Ki Blast everywhere towards Beat. So while Beat is dodging this Ki Blast ray or attack, like multiple Ki Blasts, like you know how them little tiny blasts that Ki just come at you? Yeah, that's what Nova Shenron is doing. So while this is happening, Nova Shenron takes this time to blitz Beat. So he blitzes him and he punches him dead in the stomach. Like a clean hit, like the most cleanest hit you'll ever see. Just punches him in the stomach. Now Beat would just go flying into a building, spits out blood, as Nova Shenron will walk up to him, about to finish him off. But Beat, while Nova Shenron's guard was down, he thought like Beat was out of commission, but he wasn't. So Beat would take this time or use this opportunity to land a clean shot. So he basically lands a clean shot on Nova to his face. And then he lands him. After he lands that clean shot to his face, he just hits him with a flurry of punches just everywhere. And he knocks him back. So, after this, Nova's kind of stunned. He just took that. He didn't eat the punches. He didn't tank him, but like he feels them. That's why he's stunned. He's not moving right now. So B takes this time to use a special move, Ryuseiken. Yes, Ryuseiken. It works just like Ryuseiken. So B showers him with punches enhanced by ki. Well, greatly enhanced by ki. This sends Nova Shenron just flying. He flew into a building. He flew through a building actually. And Beat thought that Nova was finished. But Nova Shenron was holding back. He transforms into that little golden stage. So after that, he then blitzes Beat. He punches him dead in the chest. And he's out of commission. Beat's out of commission. So when when Nova punches Beat in the chest, he goes flying. No catches him before he crashes into anything. This punch actually also burned him because, as you know, Nova Shinran, a lot of heat. He bring a lot of heat. So now it's Note versus Nova. So Note is a more skilled fighter than Beat, I want to say. So the fight will go like this. Note is dodging all of Nova's punches and she's actually countering. But eventually Nova lands a good hit, like solid. Sends her flying to the ground. And this actually badly hurts her because his hits also burn his opponents. After that, Nova would be getting ready to just full on full on full on ki blast wave, just putting all of his, or not all of his, I would say a lot of his power into a ki blast so he can finish off Note and Beat. Now he shoots this ki blast or ki wave, whatever you want to call it, towards them. Note blocks it with her hands. So like this kind of like a beam struggle, but she hasn't made like a beam yet. So keep in mind she's trying to protect Beat, who is out of commission right now. Can't fight. Now all the stress caused her to awaken a hidden power dormant in her. She gets shrouded in a golden aura, a deep gold, like this gold, a deep gold. It's not like a super saiyan aura. It's like actually like a deep gold. This aura just shrouds her body, surrounds her body. She then shouts Kame Ka Meha Meha. So she shoots a Kamehameha wave, and now it's a beam struggle. They seem to be perfectly even. Now this Kamehameha wave isn't blue, it's golden. So the golden key eventually starts to flare up. So it gets stronger and stronger. And the wounds that she had from Nova begin to heal. And she eventually overpowers Nova Shinran. So Nova Shinran would then fall to the ground after getting hit by that wave of ki, incapacitated. He's dead. He's dead. Note would fall to the ground and Beat would like he's still out of commission, but like he can still walk and fly. He just can't really fight good right now. So Beat would then fall to the ground unconscious from using all that power, and Beat would actually be surprised. He didn't know that Note had a power like that. He doesn't even think Note noticed or was aware she had that power herself. So Beat would take the unconscious Note and to the lookout. But before that, he had got the Dragon Ball from Nova Shinran. So both parties would meet at the lookout after defeating 6 out of the 7 Shadow Dragons. None of them really went after the 7th one yet. As far as they could tell, they can't even sense where the 7th one is. And it seems that they have all 6 Dragon Balls collected. Well, not all 6, 6 out of 7. Then they says that they have to go after the last Shadow Dragon. But before they do this, then they heals all of them. Now they're in fighting condition now. But then they says instead of looking for them, maybe the last Shadow Dragon will come to them. And then they was right. Since Shinran appears on the lookout, his presence wasn't like the other Shadow Dragons. He was more menacing. Now, using magic, he attracts the other Dragon Balls towards him, and He absorbs them. Now his power starts to rise uncontrollably, and Dende is shaken. He didn't know that the Shadow Dragons were capable of doing that. The other Z Fighters are shaking as well. They all sense the rise in his ki. The pressure of his ki is just immense. Alright, now this is the end of part 2. Will the earth be destroyed? Find out next time.